I will not rest until I've watched every single Third Strike video on YouTube.
なるほど。で
This is
は、
my calling in
3
life.
月1日、第300何回の東西戦始めていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
I was put in this world to watch Third Strike videos,
さあ、
and I've probably watched
先
more
ほど
Third Strike videos than any other
覚
person.
えたダットリー。で、続
Oh
き
no.
ま、2P 側がリョウさんの誠ですね。
How about these two? Dudley's alright here.
メインキャラを相手に
Dudley's got that tiny jump which lets him punish Karakuses.
さあ、
Punishing Karakuses is a rare skill.
で
One view videos.
悪くなかった。飛んでた。
Okay, I don't watch those.
飛んでたらなんか起きる。
That's like the self-upload stuff.
あ、うまい。出ない。
He didn't super cancel there. He could have. If you do stand roundhouse into ducking, you can react to a successful stand roundhouse and cancel the ducking into super.
さあ、トサで、でもダットリーは何かあっても一回
Stand roundhouse, half circle forward, kick, quarter circle forward, and then if you see a hit, you
飛ん
punch.
でればなんか起きるんだよ。さあ、日本から。
Oh, what a strange juggle.
さあ、
Makoto has abnormal juggles compared to other characters mid-screen, but that was not one of them. You can do, I think short swing blow mid-screen only works on Makoto.
ふざけん
So this was supposedly Tominaga Dudley, which is a bit weird. Ryo, Ryo, Makoto.
やっぱりこれ訓練だったよ。やっぱり。
What do you mean doubting?
やってくれ。
Doubting the sloth?
このりょうさん結構ね、コンボは練習して
Nito.
ね、まずい。
There's a Nito and a Nito, and I always mix up which one's which. I think Nito is the Urian.
これサブキャラ、サブキャラ
Hi.
これ。サブキャラでこんないい動きするのみんな。
Oh, that was so meaty! What a perfect universal overhead! I saw that shit and I was excited at how perfect it was. It's really hard to time it just like that. I don't think Ryu had a time to release that it would have possibly saved him. I think he was dead as soon as he activated the super. Makoto could just time that axe kick. There's nothing he could do.
そっか、電池使って死ぬって結構やばいな、これ。
Getting a perfect universal overhead is a great feeling. It's like a one frame window with very little reference.
これでワンチャン転ばせば、
You can have a near perfect universal overhead, and that's like a, another frame. Anti-air crouch fierce. Oh. The XDP is invincible.
おお、
Some emotes got pruned. Nasty.
これはほぼ五分ですね。
Whatever, as long as they got replaced by something dank.
あれ、
The world changes and we need to change along with it.
いいっすよ、ミートさん。ゲージがなくなったけど、
I've still got
あえてわざ
Buffale here. It's not like anyone actually used it in the fucking
わざ
Discord, so whatever. It's not like I'm super attached to that emote anyway. Bath Help is my only true emote. Yeah, look at these. Okay, Bafflu is good too. I mean, technically all of these are good emotes, aren't they? The Jotaro one could go.
お、マジで
I only did the Jotaro one because I had an extra spot and I don't know. I was enjoying all the current thinking memes.
昇竜拳を破らぬ限りでしたが、すいません、土下座さん。今日はしょうがないです。ちょっとオーダー的にも、メンバーのサブキャラのレベルとですね、
Hugo.
レベルとですね、
Love this character.
調整した結果、まあその
I can't remember the last time I saw Super 2 Hugo.
だろう東西戦ということで、
This is where it's super.
あんまりその
It's like bad enough that you probably shouldn't ever pick
オー
it.
ダーはしなかったん
But
で
it's
す
kind
け
of
ど、
cool. I miss when I used to see it. It was never common. But every now and then a Hugo, Super 2 Hugo would show up.
ユーゴ、あ
You can confirm it with the Ultra Throw,
ー、タイパンに変えるって、
but it doesn't do very much damage in that context. And to be honest, it's not that strong of a super anyway.
完全にこれメインキャラだと思うんですけど、マジかよ。
Hugo could so easily win. Okay, now I think he's dead. EX needs to kill. Yeah, he couldn't kill without EX there. Favorite non-JoJo character from JoJo? I think the non-JoJo characters I tend to like more than the JoJo characters. Polnareff would be an easy answer, so I won't say that.
あ、確かに。
I thought Anasui was fucking funny, to be honest.
これはそう
I wasn't expecting to like him, but I ended up liking him a whole lot. At first I thought I hated him, and then like I got his character, and I was like, you know what, this character's really funny.
お、できる。これメイン、
Oingo and Boingo.
うわ
Whole horse.
ー、最速頑張り回復でなんとかワンチャン。
Miki
これ
Talka.
で渡す。
Miki Talka is an excellent character. Yeah, I finished Sly. I'll put it on YouTube tonight, I guess. I don't know. I just haven't done it yet.
ほぼ五分なんで、これはいい勝負。
Been putting it off.
はい、ほぼ五分。
Cutting up videos is boring. It's just something I have to do.
そして量産は、
It's not hard. It's just tedious.
あー、まあまあまあ
I hate tedious stuff.
そうそう。
It went pretty well. It was a good playthrough overall.
12
I'm frustrated with Sly because I feel like the hardest parts are right at the beginning of the game.
世間的には強いって言われてるんですけど、
Not the last boss is easy.
やっても12が歩いて
It's about the right difficulty.
ないんですよ。そんで
It's like notably hard compared to the rest of the game, but not so hard that people won't be able to do it.
噛み合った。たまたま噛み合った。そう、本当当たっちゃいけない EX 機械がちょっと当たっ
I used to always. One of the main reasons I didn't start making content sooner was because I would hear people say that they thought cutting up content and editing it together was boring, and they hated doing it. And now I'm that guy who's like, wow, I really hate cutting up and editing. That's become me. I was gonna make the Abigail video tonight, but then I got distracted by like being social. I've like got 6 videos left to make for sure you can tube. I, as part of the agreement, I was like, oh, I kind of want to do some. They basically, I suggest videos I want to make, and they give me the go ahead. And I wanted to make some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite videos, and now I don't know if anyone. I still want to make them, but I think that people will be like, why did you make this? If I do it, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna catch shit from people who are like, you should stop caring about this. I kind of want to make some Them's Fighting Herd videos for my own channel, talking about the mechanics and whatnot, since I now have a full grasp on the mechanics.
まあ、だいぶプレッシャーを与えれる。
Oh, I missed the link. That punish was very iffy.
もうね、選手の硬直、ち
うん、
ょっとね、わかりづらいんだよね。でか
そうか
いから。
もそうかも。
手足効力やったんだろうけど、出てなかった。
If you want to know the games I'm currently sitting on, I want to play Dragon Quest V at some point or another.
あとは
I want to go through all the Dragon Quest games in approximate order. I know I already did 7.
どんなもんか番長
Um,
後ろにちゃんと投げて、
I've been kind of considering playing through Dragon Warrior Monsters again, but with a less ridiculous. Last time I played it, I actually got every monster, and also like bred Dark Dream, which is the hardest thing to do in the game.
イエス出なかった。でも成
Um,
うわー、そこら辺の判断がね
that was very time consuming, and also a lot of it. I did it a long time ago when I didn't stream very much, and a lot of it's really dated. What a strange confirm.
功してコパコパ手が手
I don't even know why he bothered to confirm it, let alone to confirm it like that. 2 crouch jabs into super what?
番長が怒ってますね。
You never see that. It looks like a really in Street Fighter 4 or 5 that would be a very fundamental confirm.
これ、
But in this game it's like I've never seen any Makoto do that ever. I knew it worked. I just never seen anyone do it.
先週の覇者がいますんで、
I've been a lot of the archive footage of Dragon Warrior Monsters got muted because I listened to music while I was playing it because it was a really long time ago. So just having a casual playthrough where I don't get everything but show all the content of the game and nothing else would be kind of nice.
間違いなく。
I won't actually try and collect every mon or even any boss monsters. I'll probably just try and beat the game and beat all bosses. Call it all gates percent. But there is one gate that you have to. I'm pretty sure there's a gate you have to get 100 unique monsters to get. So that's going to be a bit of a bitch to unlock. The biggest thing about Dragon Warrior Monsters is there actually isn't that much room in the farm. Oh, he had a juggle to kill. It didn't even have to be anything fancy. He didn't need charge positioning there. He could have done dash into stand jab, I think.
これ、ほら、
すっげえドヤ顔だけどさ。ほら、
So I wouldn't mind Dragon Warrior Monsters. I also never did a YouTube playthrough of Dragon's Dogma.
飛んでくる蹴り
So that's another one. That's a game I know a lot about and also is a really cool game in general.
ゼロドットだった。
And I wouldn't mind having like a playthrough for YouTube. Last time I was working really hard on the Chivos, but this time I've got all the Chivos, so I don't need to worry about shit like that. So it'd probably just be like a playthrough.
いや、気のせいだと思う。そんな
That's something I kind of want to do. I'm still sitting on Star Force, and I'm still sitting
い
on
や、多分当たった。
Night in the Woods. So maybe someday I'll go back and finish those. Although every day that passes, I'm a little bit less certain.
さあ、この最高の状態来たよ。2ゲージ。
I was enjoying Night in the Woods so much, but I've heard a lot of people say the ending is really weak.
エミーもね、
さ
Oh, he can't do that. That's not a thing that exists. This is cool. Where's my bar? Why can I not see? There it is. So normally back roundhouse is a hard knockdown. You can't juggle anything out of it. You can cancel it, but these slaps don't combo. Ooh, that would be so nice too. Is the rest of it just regular ass? Yeah, nothing fancy about that. Just back roundhouse cancel. Oh, block tie. I never really intended to play that all the way through. Although I wasn't against the idea. I just kind of did it casually. I guess I might play more of that.
あとちょっと遅らせてやれば2本あるんで
マジで
Unusual confirm. He could have killed fairly easily there with just even a stand fierce. But what most Makotos would have done, I feel, would just be a Karakusa.
2本
チャンス到来きた
That's like normally what you do when you block a DP as Makoto. You Karakusa.
チャンス到来したんだけど
ニートさん
I got a few other things on my list.
多分ね
I've got a decent little list of things that I've been meaning to play. Wario World is one of them.
こんなに
Luigi's Mansion's one of them. I could beat Luigi's Mansion in a day. I could beat it in a few hours. It's not a long game. Probably take me like 3, maybe even.
りょうさんのサブがこんなに強いと思う
Luigi's Mansion's a very cute game.
海外勢
I sincerely believe that Luigi's Mansion, whether purposefully or otherwise, is one of the greatest horror game parodies I've ever played.
ことになった
Like, it's not an amazing game, but if you look at it like it's a parody of horror games, it's fantastic.
ちょっと用があるから早くサクッとやろうぜと
Super Mario Times 64. Is that some kind of Kaze shit?
リーダーめっちゃ跳ねてますね
対戦がしたくしたくてしょうがなかった危なかった今のは
ラッシュヘッド
I do enjoy my Mario 64 ROM hacks.
さあとさなみが溜まっております
おーすかし剣を投げて
ただまあゲージが溜まるまで
Do it tonight. I work tomorrow. It's a good reason. I don't want to be up at 3 a.m.
そうです
It's another good reason.
ここにいるユリアンさあ体力
I'll probably do all booze, but I probably won't do best ending.
じりじり
Best ending is really hard on first playthrough.
端投げだけは気をつけないといけない
It's like however much money you get, and I don't know where all the fucking gold mice are, and I don't know where all the fucking surprisey ghosts that drop a whole bunch of money.
なるほどなんだあれ
I don't know how to get like, you know. I know about the all booze gem, and I know about the flower gem, but I don't think those two alone are enough. And a lot of the money comes from pearls, and if you don't have the powered up poltergust, it's hard to get enough pearls.
ラッシュ台形でニートさんの勝利
やるしっかりきっちり
I don't like first playthrough as much as second to third or second to beyond.
さあなんと賢い今質問を受けましたねフグさんから
質問を受けました
フグさんからどんな質問
I have the ROM already
これキャンセルなんでしたっけ
for Luigi's Mansion.
意味のわからない質問
これこれ
I feel like there's some PS2 games I was looking at. I've always wanted to play through Makai Kingdom, but like
されたんですよね
I've never even gotten that far in that game, and it might become awful.
それなんて
I feel like NIS America games have a tendency to become awful really quickly. Oh yeah, Portrait of Ruin is one, and RF Sara.
おかしいですね
And what's the other one? Harmony of Dissonance.
わかりません
3 Castlevania games I'm sitting on.
知ってるはずですこれは周知の事実ですからね
It's not completely useless. The idea is that you get a punish window and then you cancel it to taunt. Background house knockdown covers your taunt 100% safely. That's the concept. It's not horrible. It does guarantee you a taunt. The problem is almost all the time you can then just get a command grab and then have that guarantee your taunt. Since command grab is not appreciably slower than background house.
しゃがみ中盤しか打てないさあ
But parrying to background house into taunt is really not that bad.
気狂ってますねもう右向いて右向いて
これはやばいこれやばいヘル
A lot of
からの
a lot of third strike stuff has like a really very specific use they plan around.
3枚目が
I don't know all of them. There's a lot that are very strange.
調子こいてたな今前ダイパンガードされて前ダイパン打ってたエイジじゃないのに
Star Fox Adventures, that's a game I'm kind of considering playing through.
なんか昇竜なんか割とこう
Oh, there's a DP at the end of this.
ユリアン
Oh,
と
he dropped it. It's not like it would have done a lot of damage.
ニートさん手がて手がてえなこれ手が
怖かった
手がてえな
I don't remember if I actually finished Portrait of Ruin. I feel like I didn't.
3人目
Don't you fight Dracula and Death at the same time in that game? Maybe I did. Maybe I did finish it. Last time I played it was when it was new, which was actually kind of a long time now.
これ2じゃなくて3か。3番ね。
ハンマー。
Nito playing Urian. Confirmed.
3からシュートですね。
Nito is the Yun. Nito is the Urian.
シューター。
Always mix that shit up. Yuga's a big boy who needs to parry
今日のドライさんの
upward fireballs on the ground.
あれです扱いレベルについてですけど、なんかどっか出張行ってたかもしれない。
I've been working on my game recently. I want to talk about it a lot, but also I don't want to talk about it until I have something to show. And I still don't really have much to show.
今日お土産ないんで、扱いは
I've been doing a whole bunch of world building.
通常運転で。
いつものドライさん
I've got some mechanics down a little bit. I have a decent idea of how the sword fighting is going to work.
言わしてる。
大分の広大さん、ボロボロにやられた。
まあそれはね、別に分かりきってる。
ドライさん、それは知ってるんだ。
食べるわけはない。
それはね、相手結構強いよ、広大さん。
Ibuki's not a popular character in this game.
結構強いよ。
She's not bad. She just has to work hard for the same results as other characters. She's like the Street Fighter 5 Chun-Li of this game,
9割方の人ドライさんより強い。
where she's like fair,
多分大分に行ってドライさんより
but like hard to play compared to other characters.
多分誰一人として
She's not hard. Executionally, she's not really difficult at all. She's technical.
九州は修羅の国ですからね。
九州はまあ
She requires a lot of knowledge.
本当みんな
I've never played Portrait of Ruin on YouTube,
ありがとうございます。
but I played it, you know, when it was new,
できたみたいで、なんか
when it was a new game
みんなありがとう。この動画を見てる
on my DS.
みんなありがとう。ハンマーってパンチでしたっけ？こうなんか
出
この
してみればいいんじゃないですか。一回出してみればいいんじゃないですか。
一回出してみれば。
This is a bad situation.
一回出してみて。
真空
Urian has EX tackle, and he doesn't have to use it, but the fact that he has it means Hugo can't really commit to anything at all.
ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。落ち着こう。今
ドライさんそれキックだよ。
It means he needs to be ready for a fucking split decision parry,
あれボタン効かないのかも。
and that just makes things horrible.
だってくるくるポンでさ出てなかった。
Chin 5, play through black or white. That sounds kind of fun.
あ、出た。
Got him.
出た。これだ。
What starter? Should I pick Oshawott? Good old Oshawott.
終わりまして。
Pick Oshawott and then release it immediately, and then play with only normal types. What are the normal types in Gen 5?
ボタンがまた壊れたのかなっていう。
There's the shitty pigeon, which is literally just a pigeon. Pit of. There's that fucking pink thing that's a doctor. Yeah, that could be released at any time.
プラス SFV
Charging it does nothing, it just delays it.
で、次が
Unlike in Street Fighter 5 where it actually gets a hit. The puppy. Oh yeah, Stoutland. Baby Stoutland. Patrat, fuck that thing. Wow, the normal types are weak in Gen 1 in Gen 5. I've been scripting a lot of my game too. Like all the events that happen in the game and also all the exchanges. Birth by Sleep. I would be skipping a game. But as I understand it, Birth by Sleep actually happens before anything else? I don't actually know about that. I'm pretty sure it already happened by Kingdom Hearts 2. Since I think the Kingdom Hearts 2 boss is one of the characters in Birth by Sleep. I've never played any Etrian Odyssey game. No, I played 4, but I played it for like 1 minute. Fuck Cyberbots. I'm pretty sure that Birth by Sleep happened a while ago, but I don't know how long ago, prior to Kingdom Hearts. I know. That fucking mirror. Scary. The fact that he has another one. He's deadly. You should try and win without spending it, but it's hard. It's good to kill Makoto if you have the chance. Makoto's very scary. He's got great screen position right now, though. Stay in the corner. Makoto can't touch up Death Cube when you're in the corner. Oh no. Lolo. Oh no! He can't kill in time. Karakusa was actually the wrong answer here. It might kill, man. Oh my god! Good shit. PSO2, that's on the list. I'd love to stream so many 3DS games. I want to stream Box Boy. I want to stream Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh shit, Ori. I always forget that Ori's on the list. I've got an impressive list of games. It's a shame that I'm not going to play any of the games I actually should play. Because I'm going to start my 12th playthrough of Fire Emblem 7. That was a fat choke to do the X knee drop, man. That was such a choke. He didn't have any reason to be nervous. That was a low parry. Walk in low parry. Makoto didn't do anything, but it's not too risky to whiff parries in the opponent's face. That's right, we never actually did a hard towards the future. God, FE7 is legitimately one of my favorite games of all time. In terms of like games I've dumped hours into, it's probably up there. UX. That I don't even what? I see Kingdom Hearts, Days, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2 Coded, Dream Drop Distance. I don't know what the fuck 0.2 is. It's probably some fucking mobile shit. Probably like an online browser game. Main PSO1 story. I feel like support conversations were peaked in FE7 for me. They all actually had interesting details about the characters. You got to figure out who the hell Dart was. You got to, I don't know, you got cute details about everyone. You had entertaining connections between people. There were no, like, purposeful, I shouldn't say that. A lot of the marriage supports in, like, modern games are very, you know, self-determining. They have to end it in marriage, so there are very few non-marriage supports. And they tend to be pretty interesting because they actually need to exist. But they want you to have a lot of freedom to marry whoever you want. Unless your name is Sumi or Akram. You got all of fucking Lucius's cool supports. You got all of Sarah's sad supports. Sarah's actually a very sad character. You get Hector being a fucking dickhead. I did do story on stream with my Max character. Nice red. You already get a punish on that with Ryu. You can just punish with low forward. You don't need the red. It's cool though. Sane's a pretty, actually, I thought Sane was a dickhead when I saw his conversations in the game. But then when you actually do his supports, he's actually really cool. He just comes off like a dickhead. Have you ever done Kent and Fiora? They're like the two most uptight people in the whole army. And they have the most uptight romance ever. It's amazing. They're like both unbelievably stiff. Nice, good jumping combo. I didn't say that. I have Cuphead now. I haven't played it yet. The thing about the support conversations in FE7 is one, you have to grind to even get them at all. But it's not like a painful grinding, it's literally just wait some turns. It doesn't actually take that much time even without super speed. And you only need to do it like once, really. Because they save how many, you just have to wait next to someone, you don't need to act next to someone. And the game isn't balanced around them. It's really hard to do well in FE 13 or 14 without support. Supports are really, really like they're really good, and the game kind of assumes that you have them. I feel. Uh-oh. But in FE7, the game assumes you have no supports at all, and if you actually get any supports, they tend to be kind of game breaking. Like if you have a Rebecca sitting behind a dart, they both give each other attack power and crit chance. And also, you can't hit Rebecca because dart's in the way. So like that little pair of characters just like rapes the game. And you can do that with a lot of characters. A lot of pairs rape the game. That juggle is actually pretty hard. Repeated light machine gun blow. Optional. Game is not balanced around it. Actual interesting conversations, and breaks the game if you're not very good at the game. I feel like that's how support should work. They're like Easter egg, Easter egg dialogue with nice rewards that can be used to bypass some of the difficulty if you want. I had a playthrough of FE7 where I was using only characters who could hold axes, and it was actually pretty fun. And then I stopped playing, and I'm kind of sad because it was a good playthrough, and I wanted to see where it would go. So the condition was anyone who could ever equip an axe, I could use them, but once they could equip an axe, I could never use anything except axes. So like I could use Raven, because he would eventually become a hero who could equip an axe, but once he became a hero, I was locked to axes. I thought it was a cute little condition, for playing the game, axe playthrough. Originally, I was just going to do characters who could always equip axes, but then that was actually very, very few characters. It's like, here's Hector. Here's fucking Marcus. Here's Bartray. There's fucking no one. There aren't that many axe users, especially in early game. I'll... Mm, I never finished Dragon Quest 8. In fact, I only got about halfway through it, I think. There was like a door that appeared in like a field that I remember. That was like the last thing I got to, and then I stopped. Never beat the game. And I want my other half of that game to be blind. I like vaguely know that the last boss is Rapthorn, and that he may be a genie. I've seen his design, but that's literally all I know about the game after that point. I could like guess about the whole plot based on that information plus what I know about. Oh yes! Oh, he dropped it. That is so hard. That's actually mad hard to do. It only works on a few characters, and it's like a repeated one-frame link on those characters. One-frame juggle. Koniton is one of the best Necros I've ever seen. This is him. I'm like kind of not looking forward to playing through Dragon Quest V. I don't know how to say it. It's like the best game in the series. And I'm gonna get all emotional when I actually play it because it's, unbelievably good. It's not even that it's committal, although that's part of it. I can't believe he didn't do a jump back strong there. Oh my god, there it is. Shame he had to burn the bar, but Necro builds meter pretty quick, and his meter is short. I wouldn't say he builds meter quick, but his meter is short. His meter build is actually pretty slow. It's faster than oil. Whiffing anyway. Or has like the fastest meter build in the whole game when he's actually getting combos. Oh no. Animal Crossing playthrough? What would be the condition? Would it be paying off all debts? Would that be beating the game? Do you get it? That shit's hard. You gotta space it. Uh, I'm pretty sure that Necro Urian is actually okay. Pretty sure it's about a 5-5. It's a cool matchup too. My all-time favorite fighting game match was that matchup. It was Masatsu Yaro versus Sugiyama. It's, in my opinion, the best fighting game match of all time. That was a really bad back jump. It was an okay back jump if he was going to parry, but he didn't get the parry. Ah, those are iffy on Akuma. They're still good. Block string into mirror is better. Akuma can teleport out of meaty mirrors. Yeah, both characters abuse the corner really hard. It's 5-5, but if one of them corners the other one, it suddenly becomes 7-3. 7-3 in favor of whoever's not cornered. That's like actually how it works. How about all gold tools? That'd be a good condition. How about taking Isabel's virginity? Ha, I joke. Isabel ain't no virgin. Fugu. Oh, big stuff. He got a bunch of meter for that. Nice, got the bar. That was a mix-up with empty jump stomp. Urian was playing it safe. Getting thrown is not that bad. Oro can punish tackle with stand hard kick, even if he doesn't have charge, even if he doesn't parry. Surprised he didn't punish that one. Not that surprised. I miss it every now and then. Nice. Oh no, what? 23 hours. Oh no. What's 100% in that game? Is it getting all items? Animal Crossing dating sim sounds like a really good idea until you remember there's only 3 waifus. Maybe 4. And don't be that guy who says that Lottie is good because Lottie's awful. Or lose Chanelena. Maybe Yun, but it's inconclusive. Probably Ken. I think even Kuroda's nice. Even Kuroda's Oro tier list had Ken Oro is 6-4. I think I've already done a playthrough of Link's Awakening DX, but 2 of the parts are not on YouTube, actually. I think it's just like 1, 2, and 5 or something like that. Or like just 1 and 2. I forget the reason I took 3 and 4 off. But there was a very important reason, but I forget what it was. I assigned porn in the video. It wasn't that, but I don't remember. I probably like answered the phone in the video and then like gave my social security number. Link's Awakening is a really great game that I replay about once a year. Oh, it's all on YouTube. It's a mystery. %100% is probably all items, I guess. Nice, Red. Most people don't go low after a jump in on block. So the high parry is a fairly easy read, and it's probably going to be at approximately the same time every time. Nice, Red! Fill in the museum. There's fossils. And there's fish. I don't remember the other shit. That was a 50-50. That could be a low short or a stand forward. And then it would immediately be cancelled to something that does chip. And that's a 50-50 parry. Not a true 50-50, because technically Urian could block 1 hit and then shift over to red parries, but 1, that's really hard. And 2, that then loses to Akuma not doing a normal and going straight to chip. Yeah, Akuma's like the one character in this game who actually truly gets checkmates. He has a few of them. Every other character needs to pursue a mix-up to win, but Akuma has some guaranteed kills. Kekizi, some Raging Demon stuff. Like if the opponent parries something you do, and then you cancel the thing you that got parried into Raging Demon, it's actually a punish for the parry. Um, Let me think. He has got some nearly inescapable anti-airs, like parries that no human is ever gonna do, especially because he can do like 20 different things. Super Paper Mario. I would probably do Thousand Year Door since I did regular ass Paper Mario. Interesting anti-air. I think that has a smidge of invincibility, but not a lot. It can definitely trade. It can actually be stuffed. It's a lot easier to stuff Ryu Super 1 than Akuma Super 1, even though they're like kind of the same super. When's Beth speedruns Gaper Mario? Um, I was freed tomorrow, technically today, but one of my coworkers, who's also a good friend of mine, asked me to pick up a shift, and I asked him if it was important, and he said yes. And I was like, huh. I just don't think Thousand Year Door is as good as Paper Mario. I still think it's a really good game. Anyway, I picked up 4 hours for my friend tomorrow, so oops. So I'm probably gonna get some time off from him picking up a shift of mine, but I haven't organized it yet. I know. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's sad. This is actually very easy too. I can do this. I can actually do that whole combo. Are muffins just cakes? I decree yes. If you can make a cake, and instead of making the cake in the cake pan, you just pour it into a muffin pan, and you get muffins, I would say that those muffins are in fact cakes. Tiny, tiny cakes. I am an expert. Hey, look, it's this again. I don't know if I care about this. We'll go back to that one. Alright, do muffins even have eggs in them? They do, right? If it's yeast and eggs, it's a cake, automatically. That's how this shit works. Yeast plus egg equals cake. If muffins don't have eggs in them, then I take it back. I've definitely made things that are like muffins. What the fuck? Alright, there's some fucking deep weird shit going on right now. There's some evil going on right now. Did Geef activate some glitch? This is some shit I've never seen before. He got air thrown. He flipped out. And then he landed into a fireball. Blocked it. And now there's some bizarre shit where as long as he doesn't go neutral, I guess, he might be retaining his invincibility? I don't know, I'm making shit up. Okay, you got him out. Good shit. That was intelligent. Ryu had a lot of time to think about it and he came up with some smart stuff. Yeah, Alpha 3 is almost good until it's not A group, it's Vism. Alpha 3 still has a high skill ceiling and it's still very technical and it's still very cool. You still get good opportunities to see. The thing is the game is about 80% actual Street Fighter. So you still see like the neutral and the zoning and whatnot. What the hell's in cakes? I thought a cake was just bread except you had an egg in it. It's a mystery. I gotta make some cake. I make all my cake from mixes. I've never made any fucking cake from scratch. I've only made bread from scratch one time. And to be honest, it came out pretty well. Yeah, sugar. Sugar's there. Pretty sure bread doesn't have sugar. Usually. Pretty sure cake does have sugar. Usually. Whoa. Nice. Guard break. When you get guard breaking, V Cody already has really short guard bar. Because of he has a kind of unique mechanic with dodging. If you hit Cody with a single attack and it's V Cody, he automatically like steps into the background to dodge the attack. But if you cancel the attack like that, if you cancel the attack or if there's a second attack that hits him while he's dodging, he blocks it. So basically, he doesn't have to block a lot of attacks that other characters have to block. And to compensate for that, he has a very short guard bar. Anyway, once you get guard broken, even once, but especially twice, you become a time bomb. Look at that little dodge. The dodge takes like exactly the same amount of time as a guard would, I think, but you don't get pushed back. But you don't get. I don't think you get new punishes for dodging. Cody's actually a very slept on character in this game. He's quite good. I don't know if he's really high tier material. The bed spray. He's got very good Visum abuse. Visum leads to ridiculous combos on most of the cast, and also gives you good invincibility. Yeah, your average custom combo does a lot more damage than your average super. And also you can do guard break stuff with custom combos really easily, as like the whole cast. Autism. Ryu has a ridiculous amount of dizzy in this game. Ryu's like high tier. He's a very strong character. I would argue that Street Fighter games where Ryu's top tier cannot be Kusoge. Why can't this stage make a comeback? I don't want Sakura's house. No one asked for that shit. The thing about Vism is you can't cancel into that. You have to do it raw. But it's okay because you got some invincibility. How long the invincibility is based on how much meteor you have. 100% has like a good little while. And that invincibility doesn't just last while you're idle. Like if you do an attack, the invincibility carries into the attack. Or if you move. It's like a set amount of time. So you can do whatever you want in that fucking 15 frames you're invincible or whatever. Look at that back fierce. She's back to being able to do that wherever she wants. Feels good. It's pretty good normal. I would call it one of the better heavies in Street Fighter 5, honestly. 7 frame, decent range, great conversions. Can't complain. Crush counter. Frame rate is not great. It's like -7 or something. But it whiffs pretty fast. And you can whiff cancel it into light Tatsu. And if you do, you can juggle a light DP on crush counter. It's pretty good, in my humble opinion. I think that Sakura is probably not bottom 5 in Street Fighter 5, but she might be bottom 10. That's my final appraisal of Sakura. Now that I've played Sakura a while. Not bottom 5, probably bottom 10. Could be a lot worse. I'm pretty sure Akuma's number 1 in this game. Dawson and Zangief and Sodom and I think there's another one still. There's a couple contenders for top spot. Those are the main guys though. Those characters are all hella stupid. The worst Akuma's ever been is probably like Marvel 2 or something like that. Where he's not even bad, but he's just really far from the top. Akuma's like high tier in every game. Sakura that high? I knew she was high tier, I didn't know she was top. I forgot about Claw. Oh, Karine, huh? She moved up. Karine was like mid and then high for a while. And I always thought that Karine was like secret top. If she's being listed in top tier, then that means people finally realize that she actually has... Karine legit has the best custom combos in the whole game. She's got a command grab, and her command grab leads to infinites. Like, you can get the command grab, and then pick up Vism combos. Like, activate after the command grab, and then pick up a Vism combo, and then, even with only 50%, and then lead into a crouch cancel infinite. That is insane. That is completely stupid. She can turn anything into I think a successful throw on the ground, like even a regular throw, even if it's teched. An air throw, even if it's teched. She has just the stupidest conversions. They're all hard to do, though. Normals are really, really good in this game. Having like a good poking normal. A little bit like CVS2 in that way. This game's a little bit like CVS2 in a lot of ways, but it's more normal. More fair. Except for the things that were blatantly broken. I would say tier-wise, CVS2 is probably more fair. I don't know, it's hard to say. Neither game has super fantastic tier lists. Damn, the sub. Why does the fucking noise not play? I have that shit enabled. I've never bothered to fix that message. It doesn't show up properly. But I can't even see it, so I just forget. That was a punish. He went for the Raging Demon into command grab, which hits on hard knockdown. Or not even hard knockdown, just knockdown. You can command grab people off the ground. In custom combos. Rolento is like... I think Rolento's like mid. He's okay. Alex Vi played him for a long time. Pretty sure he's like a mid or high tier character. He has good normals. Oh, Chun-Li. Chun-Li was the one character I was forgetting for top tier. I wasn't really sure if she was top tier, but she's usually put somewhere up there. Both A and V Chun-Li are extremely good characters. To be honest, even X Chun-Li is extremely good. X Chun-Li has some really interesting things she only has in X. Like, spinning bear kick. Which is a better move than it sounds. Ah. Needing to charge in this game is kind of a bitch. We never really got to a point in FXT where we saw much Akuma play. He was never really realized, I feel, over the lifespan of the game. Which is a shame because he's pretty good in that game. Is that Alpha 2? Chun-Li, Rose, Ken, Ryu. That sounds like Alpha 2. I did Mega Man Legends 1 already. 2 would be a good one. That's on the list. If you watch a combo video of Dalsum, your mind will get blown. And in terms of neutral, Dalsum is extremely good. His combos are hard, though. He's got a lot of normals compared to other characters, so you need to be very precise about your inputs. And also, a lot of his air combos only work if you do Waibu stuff. Basically, directional influence. MVC2 has basically Smash style DI for both players. Or, I don't remember if it's both players. Definitely for the offensive player, there's DI. If you're holding a direction as you hit someone, they get moved in that direction. Smash has that too. And the thing about that is, Dalsum will have to use like an air normal with a fucking specific directional input, like towards hard kick or whatever. I don't remember what his actual, And then he'll need to do something like hold up before it hits, so the opponent gets knocked upward, and then you can like link into I don't know, a different jump normal. You get stuff that wouldn't normally be possible. I don't recognize that normal for shit. Is that far stay medium kick? No, no one ever got me the full version of the magic seal. Yeah, MVC2 has DI, but it's not called DI. It's called Y boost. MVC2 probably has the most mechanics that people don't know about of any fighting game. Another contender is Melee. It's ridiculous, like how little people realize about. Oh, that was cool. That was a cool link. It's ridiculous what's possible in the game versus what people know about. I don't know what the hell stage humping is. Is that like wave dashing? The person getting hit might have DI too in MVC2. I don't remember. I feel like they don't, but they might. Keith has big fat normals. The command grab is nice too. The lariat kind of breaks the rules of the game. That kind of invincibility isn't very common. Cammy, not a common character here. Cammy's probably like mid. She's not bad. I think her VSM combo is a little brainless. In the corner, it's repeated cannon spikes. Mid screen, it's drill, cannon spike, drill, cannon spike. Very easy. She might have something better actually. Whiff and stand fierce into whiff something or other. This is Street Fighter 4 kind of changed Kimmy a lot compared to her previous versions. If you didn't know about Kimmy. Cammy doesn't have that many cancels in this game, and she also doesn't have that many cancels in Street Fighter 2. And then Street Fighter 4 gave her a butt ton of cancels. Yeah, he has that in like MVC 1 and 2. It was a fun game. I'm pretty sure I could just use cheat engine. Someone suggested that, I forget who. And just remove the timer. It's weird to think that's a full game somewhere. I've only ever played the demo. The demo is the whole first level, which is very, very elaborate. But you have a timer. But there's theoretically, I don't know if there's actually more than just the first level. But like the game doesn't end when you get to the final puzzle. Kami has basically not really ever been that good prior to SF4. K-Group Kami is supposed to be quite good, right? In CBS2. This Kami's lowish. She's like mid. She was thought to be low for a really long time, but now I think people think she's better. And then Street Fighter 2 Kami is probably the worst character in the whole game. Yep. Kami in this game is 16. Sakura in this game is 17. Top secret knowledge. No one can know. Kami's younger than Sakura. I don't know. Rhea and Cody, that's pretty good. That's like high mid. Or maybe like high. Yeah, dirty shit. He wins. Look at all those hits. Akuma can juggle out of Tatsus into DP in this game, same as every other Street Fighter, but the opponent can tech flip out in this game. Kind of changes the rules a little bit. That's a pretty, I think that's a real 50-50. Isn't Zangief gay? No. We don't know, would be more accurate. He might be gay. The thing about Zangief is that he's a combination of gay Japanese gay stereotypes. He's like every Japanese gay stereotype. But whether that means he's actually gay is not really clear. He's definitely referencing uh, homosexuality in some way or another in his design. Japanese gay culture is like physical flamboyance, obsession with I don't know, male body, masculinity. Western gayness tends to be more based around femininity. Eastern tends to be more about masculinity. Kuma's not gay, he's just a virgin. I actually really like this Akuma skin. White hair Akuma looks great. Akuma's red pilled. He absolutely couldn't get laid. So he got swole as fuck. And now he's begone thought. That combo is so whack. What a weird punish in any other game. Oh, I dropped it. Did you pick it back up? If you hit them again, does that pick it up? Looks like it does. Nice. Empty jump DP to beat wake up DP. He should have done it again. Kept working. These are crouch cancel infinites. They're a real mechanic of the game. This is probably the most Kuso part of Third Strike. I mean Third Strike of Alpha 3. If Ryu never technically stands for even a single frame, then Akuma cannot flip out. So what Ryu is doing is he's landing and going straight to crouch and then going straight from crouch to jump. This is an infinite, but you can only start it from a custom combo. A decent number of characters have them. Oh, I dropped it. It is quite hard to do that repeatedly. It's very easy to mess it up. Most people drop it before they can get a full rep. This is an X Sakura. So the thing about X Sakura is that she does like 80% of your health in one combo. And the other thing about X Sakura is that she can dizzy you in one combo. X has crazy high damage but can't air block. And they also have no neat stuff with their super. They only have one super. It's a full power super. No super selection, no custom combos. But they hit like a fucking train. They also have really long guard bars. It's probably the easiest ism to play, but it's the worst one. But there's a little bit of utility. There's some isms. There's some characters who have like they're kind of viable in X, and Sakura is one of them. I wouldn't mind watching some Street Fighter. I mean, Mortal Kombat 3. Dogger is a famous Japanese player. Plays a bunch of fighting games. What's the one that got him really famous? Is it CVS2? Dogger is really famous for some game, but I forget what it is. He plays Street Fighter 4 and 5. Guilty Gear. That might be it. BlazBlue might be it too. I think he was at the very least he was a finalist in BlazBlue one year, I think. In Evo. I don't remember if he won. I think he did. I think he's won Evo and BlazBlue before. But I think there was at least a year where he was a finalist. This is Alcho footage. Alcho is a Japanese arcade. BlazBlue and Guilty Gear are actually quite distinct. I'll have you know. Mechanically, they're almost nothing the same. Actually, story-wise, they're almost nothing the same. They're definitely both anime, and they both do similar things with characters. And actually, there's a few characters who are kind of analogous. Pew! Look at all that damage. X Sakura fucks you up. X Sakura touches you and you die. Sakura has really good confirms with her lights, which means she can actually land her super fairly easily. A lot of characters in Xism struggle to confirm super. The thing about Alpha, if you don't know, is that you can't cancel specials to supers. That's not a mechanic. So you have to either do normal to super or normal to special, which means that confirming supers is kind of hard. Well, that was probably a failed DP. God, fucking X Sakura hits like a train. X Guy? Almost everyone runs A Guy. Guy has really confirmable supers. And he can also combo out of his supers, but I don't remember what his super is in X. It might be the Bushin Grab. And it's his other two supers that are the good ones. I think A Guy is the good one. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. Kemi has moved up in tiers a little bit. It used to be that Junie was seen to be better than Kemi, but now I think Kemi is seen to be better than Junie. They're very similar. I think that X characters do extra guard damage. This might be an infinite. If you get someone in the corner to guard, like to tiny guard bar length, and if they don't have good reversal options, which is most of the characters in this game, you can get like block string infinites, where every single hit guard breaks. Whoa, what a start! Exism Rose, who does drill and then immediately does super. Slide, then immediate super. Yeah, no guile in this version. There's Nash though, and they're awfully similar in this game, although not identical. Guile's in the console version. This game has none of the console characters, so no DJ, no T-Hawk, no Fei Long, no Eagle, no Maki, no Yun, no Ingrid. Oh no. And a lot. Rose is really cool. You don't see her very often. She's kind of notable because her A-ism has basically Z-ism as a super. Look at all that damage. Took Ryu down to 40% instantly. Yeah, no one plays that version. It might be because it fucked with the balance in ways people didn't like. Or it might be because it's uncommon. But everyone just plays the original arcade release with all the time unlocked characters. I think he was trying to reflect a fireball, but he might have been trying to build bar. Hard to say. That low strong is still a little nutty in this game, but it's not as good as it was in Alpha 2. In Alpha 2, it was the God button. Rose got nicely balanced. She's probably like mid or maybe low tier. Got him. Low strong drill. Safe jump. No punish. Rose's normals are a little stubby. She's got dedicated poke normals, which have amazing range but are slow. And then she's got stubby normals everywhere else. That super, yeah, it does seem good after against fireball characters, to be honest. Counter hits made their debut in Street Fighter in Alpha 2, I think. And this game has like a proto crush counter. If you get a counter hit with a heavy normal, it freezes the screen for a little bit. But that's true for all heavy normals. And because it freezes the screen for a little bit, you can use it to confirm. I think heavy normals might also knock down on counter hit. I don't know if that's universal. But I think there are heavy normals that knock down non-counter hit that don't normally knock down. But I don't remember if it's all of them. Probably it's just a few. Hey, Cody's pretty neat. Cody's not so rare. Cody abuses his Vism pretty well. You don't really see a Cody or X Cody ever, so this is already pretty weird. Ryu is really strong. Ryu's damage is high in this game. His Dizzy as well, no matter which ism you're playing. A Ryu is kind of weird because the Tatsu super isn't that great, I don't think. None of Ryu's supers are that amazing. He can't confirm them very easily. That's a big problem most characters in this game have. Since Street Fighter V only has one super per character, a lot of old supers are now like EX moves, if you didn't notice. Street Fighter 4 did that with Ryu's EX Tatsu. I guess 3. It's the first time we had a section Tatsu. When they made EX moves. But if you look at Bison's EX Scissor Kick, that was just a Scissor Kick in Street Fighter 4. But in Street Fighter 5, it's like it's a super. There's a few other examples of that. There's quite a few. EX moves that are like supers, animation-wise. Chun-Li's EX legs is one of her supers from, well, I mean, it's just her super. It's Hoyokusen. Or whatever. I think you can. I don't remember the rules about alpha counters. They take one of your guard bars and one of your meters. Xism can't alpha counter at all. Zism it's cheap. Vism it's a little expensive. It's half your meter for Xism, and for Zism it's a third of it. Yeah, you go Inferno for EX Flame. I'm sure if we go down the list, we'll find quite a few. That's a weird case. It really is the air mobility that suffers. Ryu's one option for mobility at all is the air Tatsu, which is decent for pressure, but it really has no mix-up. He can stay in. It ends combos kind of prematurely, but there's no difficulty in blocking it, which is the real issue. Ryu's entire mix-up is based around is towards Fierce, which is very slow. Well, it's not that slow, but you know, sneaking in a standing overhead is... A standing overhead is nice to have, but it's a terrible thing to rely on. Yo, this Kami color, I really like it. I like that blue. I like it a lot. Can't explain it. It's just really nice. That's a fucking nice shade of blue. Kami has some neat stuff. Fun fact, what's it called? Killer Bee combination? Her, one of her ASM supers is unblockable on a jumping opponent. And that's kind of good, because it goes like full screen. It's a charge move, though. Fun fact, Kimmy has a charge move in this game. She's also got true invincibility on her DP, which is kind of nice. Not a whole lot of characters with meterless invincibility in this game. Let's confirm. ASM is okay for Kemi. It's probably about as good as her VisM. It's probably a little worse, but it's not way worse. It's quite good. She's got good supers. See that? That was close to staying fierce knocking down. It might be all heavies. This is probably not a tournament, or it might be a tournament, but it's not a tournament for money. Usually in a competitive setting, the only characters you see who aren't V are Guy and Gen, who both usually run A. V is very good. But these guys are all playing for fun, so. Also, the tiers have evolved a little bit. A was seen as to be worse than V for a really long time, but now there are a few characters where A seem to be about as good as... I was really enjoying that music on the Kemi stage. This should kill. Especially if he dumps some meter in it. He did not. And the tech flip. I think Ryu could have comboed out of that. I don't remember the rules. After you like do a after the opponent touches the corner, you can juggle them once more or something like that. Let me see. Look at this fireball right here. Look at Relentless health. Watch this fireball. You see that? Not very strong, right? The next fireball Ryu threw was blocked and it still did more damage. In this game, the further a fireball travels, the less damage it does. Which was the thing about Alpha to remember is that immediately the last game before Alpha was Street Fighter 2, the last Street Fighter game before the Alpha series was the Street Fighter 2 series, and fireballs were bonkers in that game. So one of the ways they made fireballs more fair in Alpha was make it so they do less damage the further they travel. Same. I don't know what misophobia is, but okay, I'll stop. Phonia. Like a sound, maybe. Sims Jump is so weird. It's quite good, though. I'm pretty sure literally nothing in MVC2 is fair. Oh, yes, reverse ASMR. Is it just me or does Sorry look really young? Look at her back there, dude. Sim's gotta be in his 50s. At the very least. Sorry just looks like this 20-year-old woman. Yes, Sim is top tier. Yes, Alpha 3 has alpha reversals. Although they're not typically called that. Where were you in soccer? I got two combos starting from line almost and did fucking most of Ryu's health. Oh my god. That's a safe jump, I think. It looked like one. Sim has got to be at least in his 50s, but he's got a 10-year-old son. Explain this. That Tatsu Super is doing a lot of work, man. Take it back. A-Ryu is something else. Ryu can confirm his Fireball Super pretty easily in the corner, I think. I would actually pay money not to play SF1 online. Oh my god. How often do you see a Fireball stun someone? That happens in Street Fighter 2. And pretty much no other fighting game. Guess there's always tension. I don't know if it's really safe. It's probably minus, but a lot of characters struggle to punish it. It definitely does sell a chip. And it does seem to be anti-cross-up. Early game alpha counter. He burned all three bars just to get a fireball on block. Yeah, you couldn't block any of that. That was all unblockable. Because if he blocked it, then he would just get guard broken and then die. So he blocked with his face. Cute little combo. Jump fierce, crouch roundhouse or whatever. How about that fake fireball? I think the fake fireball input is really bizarre in this game. I think there's at least one game, it might be HD Remix, where it's quarter circle forward light kick, but I think it's not that in this game. I think it's quarter circle forward player button. Not joking. I think that's the input. Like P1 or P2. Like that button on the fucking top of the board where it's like putting coins and then hit that button. I think it's quarter circle forwarded to that. Save your fucking standing next to the guy. So much for your fucking fake fireball. He's gonna see you reaching for that button. Fortunately, Japanese arcade cabinets are head to head. Mika's, I think, bottom one in this game. Just so everyone knows. Pretty sure. Pretty sure she is the absolute joke character. But here she is. Alright, let's look at that super again because it's pretty funny. This super has a little guaranteed dizzy animation out of it. Like that will always dizzy and then Mika will complete the animation with that grab. It's just a long super. The thing about that dizzy is that you can actually shake out of that dizzy. And then the ending of Mika's super misses. And she's punishable. Fun fact. She's got some really bizarre stuff. She's got two shooting peaches. One of them has all the recovery at the start, the other one has all the recovery at the end. So you know how Mika like lands on her butt for EX shooting peach? She's got one of her shooting peaches in this game always does that regardless of the version. There's no EX in this game. And the other one has like a little bounce at the start and then she jumps at you. Naturally you can only combo to the one without the bounce at the start. And that run super that she did to close out that one round, that is a really bad super. Adon. Adon's cool. We all like Adon, right? Surprised Adon was in this game. Also he's in Street Fighter 1. Street Fighter 4 gave us a relatively accurate Adon. He does in that game pretty much what he does in this game. Pokes with long range normals, anti-air DP, with actual true invincibility. Badgers you with Jaguar kicks and Jaguar teeth. That's the overhead. Still got that. Adon's cool, man. Exism Adon is some shit. So for those who don't know, Exism Adon, the input for Jaguar kick is kick while midair. Like the input is just kick. It's a one button special move in Exism. I think you can also do it on the ground with the motion, but it's also kick while midair. And the thing about that is that one, you can do instant air Jaguar kicks like fucking nothing. Two, you've got like 9 different arcs depending on whether you're jumping forward, backward, or neutral, and depending on which of the 3 versions of Jaguar kick you're doing. So he's got amazing. All of those arcs are rather different. So he's got instant air Jaguar kicks, and they can go in 9 different ways. Nice. So X's and Madon is actually super interesting. Yeah. T-Hawk and Zengi are both pretty tall, and so they get hit early by Jaguar kick. So even the ones that are normally like 0 or -1 are -2 on those characters because they're tall and they get hit early. And anything that's -2 against Geef is uh, punishable by SPD or T-Hawk. Adon, I wouldn't say he struggles against those two characters, but he can't use his regular game plan. Okay, I probably would say that he struggles against Geef. Whoa, did someone say, hey, find some Adon, find some Game B versus Snake Eyes? Because I heard that somehow. I heard it as though someone said it. How deep are we in this video? Okay, we're not gonna watch this whole thing. Blanca is like a never played character. I've only barely seen Blanca in this game, and I've watched a good amount of footage. Please hold. Punishable on hit is not always awful. It's just usually awful. SF5. That ain't me, dog. Elena. That ain't me, dog. This is USF4. But which pair of characters is it? Whatever, dude. I'm gonna watch it either way. I think I hear some kind of... That sounds like Ultra David. And that might be Combo Fiend? Ultra David Combo Fiend? That sounds good. I talked about Punishable on Hit just recently. Punishable on Hit is okay if the move is intended to be cancelled and you don't cancel it. So, for example, Ryu's Crouch Fierce is almost always punishable on hit because it's supposed to be not just a move you throw out, it's supposed to be a move you do in sort of combos. So, like, if you don't cancel it, that's indicative of a drop. Um, and that's so you can't, like, that's true for a lot of, like, crouching heavies that are combo friendly. And it's, or like, whatever, heavies in general that are combo friendly. And it's so that it's so you can't cut the combo early, I guess. It's also fine to have unsafe on hit for moves that require spacing, such as a slide. Almost all slides are punishable on hit, but if you do them at the correct spacing, then they're safe. So that's another instance of punishable on hit being okay. Moves that are only intended to hit on a jumping opponent. Um, so like if you anti-air with the button, then it's totally safe, but if you hit it on a grounded opponent, then it's unsafe. That's okay for a move to be punishable on hit. Punishable on hit is like occasionally fine. Nice little punish. Damn, Gamerby went from one of the biggest faces to one of the biggest heels. I know it's quiet. I don't give a fuck. Live with it. Once he picked Elena. Huh? Slides should absolutely be punishable if they're not spaced correctly. If a slide is always safe, it removes all incentive to space it. I would do so many fucking slides as a Buki in Street Fighter 5 that was always safe. On hit. Discounting that it's weird as fuck to have a move be drastically different on hit and block. Which is probably the main reason I would list. Um, Low profile frames. I mean, I wouldn't just do it non-stop. Ibuki slide has mad range. Whose crutch fierce this is? How do I make it go? Ooh, combo out of it. Nice and meaty. I'm pretty sure that KOF still has slides that are punishable on hit, actually. That being said, a lot of them can be cancelled. Like all of them. Well, not all. You can't cancel like Joe's. But Joe's is safe on hit because it knocks down. But like Hua or King, I think you have to cancel those to stay safe, right? Might depend on the game. That meaty's cool, but there's no mix-up. I'd rather do other meaties. Wow, I just said Joe's knocked down. Anything that knocks down is generally safe on hit. Generally. Reminder that Kareen's back throw is -2. Unless if she back throws Zangief into the corner and he does wake up super, it is a punish. Adon's pretty good against every character. He doesn't really get counterpicked that easily. He's got general good matchups. That's cool. Oh my lord. That's not a punish, I don't think. That might be a punish. Down towards hard kick might be -3. That feels right. It feels right to say that's -3. And Hakon's command grab is 3 frame. Hakon being the best character in the game while oiled is a meme. He's only barely better than normal when he's oiled. I mean, he's appreciably better than normal, but he doesn't magically become the best character in the game. He still has like not great anti-airs and no reversal option. His normals aren't that fast. A lot of his normals are really specific or bad. People always say that. I know. I don't know if you're memeing, but I didn't care if you were serious or not because other people treat it seriously. He might not even be the best grappler in the game while oiled, but that's a more believable thing. Get him? Good lord. Ultra punish to jab. That was lucky. Same medium kick is a lot more range than a lot of people respect. Same medium kick actually has the most range of any of Vega's normals. Send hard kick might go a smidge further, but it whiffs on crunching opponents at that range. A lot of people treat, because Vega's low strong is his best poke, a lot of people treat the max range of Vega as the max range of his low strong. But if you get just outside the range of his low strong, he can still poke you with stand forward. So a lot of people disrespect that range. Oof. There are like very few slides in this game that lead to red focus, if any. I can't think of one. Ibuki's doesn't. I don't think Vegas does. And Bison's does, but it won't combo, it just knocks down. Um, Damn, this is before Ultra even came out. There's no DiCaprio on the character select. This is during one of the betas. Rose can't red cancel her slide. You have to be able to fucking focus cancel a thing to be able to red focus it. If I recall correctly, Rose cannot red focus cancel her sweep. I can't think of like any slides that lead to red focus. I don't think Guys does. Guy can have a slide that doesn't knock down, but Rose's slide is definitely unsafe on hit if you're too close in this game. I can say that with dead certainty. Got him. Or not. I thought it was. Goken has good fireball recovery, man. I don't even remember a guy being able to focus cancel a slide. Doesn't sound familiar at all. Someone confirm this with this frame data. It'll be on there. That's actually it, Kihara, is that it was okay to give it to him because he could never use it. Run slide could be focus canceled, but that always knocked down no matter what. The crouch hard kick slide did not always knock down, but I don't think it would cancel. Goken is kind of garbage. He's not like super duper garbage, but like he's low tier. He's for sure low tier. He has good matchups though. Goken is a counter pick for a few characters. Goken probably had the least success of almost any character in Ultra. I think that's fair to say. He's weird. His zoning capacity is actually extraordinarily good. And his punishing capacity is also extraordinarily good, but everything else about him is kind of mediocre. He has a lot of reversal options, but not all of them are bad. But like the fact that he has so many is kind of good. There are like several things Goken does great. Huh? Goken is one of the most extreme characters in the whole game. He's got a bunch of really great stuff and a bunch of really horrible stuff. He can't combo from lights. Well, he can, but it's really shitty. You've got to go for a one-frame link into a cancel into only one of his special moves. Almost none of his specials cancel like combo from lights. Light, Senku Go Shoha combos from a cancelled light normal, and same with EX Tatsu, and that's it. Those are like the only ways you can combo from a light. Goken's counter is quite used. You see it in almost all matchups here and there, especially the EX counter. It probably sees about as much use as Colleen's anyway. Goken's also kind of notable because he has a, you know, a back throw that leads to like 400 damage, which is kind of unique and distinct. It's kind of iffy though because it also means that his back throw is really slow. Yeah, jumping armor is kind of cool. That can be really problematic for some characters, but other characters just have to use the appropriate tool. Some characters don't give a shit. Gal's flash kick breaks armor, so he can just flash kick Goken. Doesn't even need to care. But like a lot of characters with like an anti-air that's only one hit, for example, Sagat, they have to think about the way they anti-air. You can't just like DP Goken's Demon Flip as Sagat because he could armor you and then kill you. So a lot of characters had to think a lot harder against Goken, and certain characters couldn't really do much. Where was the focus attack? This is not new footage, no. This is ancient footage. This is prior to Ultra's release. I want to see that match. I don't know what that means. Guile and Chun-Li. Guile might have been like secret high tier in Ultra. It's hard to say. I feel like someone could put Guile literally anywhere on the tier list and justify it in Street Fighter 4. You could donk Guile straight at number 1. You could donk Guile straight at number fucking 45. Guile's tier is like a mystery. Or it's not a mystery, but like it can be a lot of different things based on your opinions. I'm willing to give people a lot of leeway on where they donk Guile. I think Chun-Li was probably low tier-ish. I don't know. She's like very technical, and a well-played Chun-Li is very, very scary. So I think Chun-Li might have been secret high tier. I think Guile was like kind of public high tier. People had a lot of success with Guile. That's the thing. Is Guile had Knuckle Do and Minion winning a bunch of events. You can't ignore that. That means like me. I know exactly what that means going through. I think God was high tier. You're asking me. Maybe you ask me. Ooh. God, I just realized I don't care about either of these characters right now. Or rather, I was excited for PR Balrog playing some PR Balrog. Show me the ROG. What is this? There we go. Is this WoW playing Dudley? What the fuck? Where's Oni? Oh, later, Max. PR Balrog is fucking incredible. One of my favorite players to watch in this game. At first, I was like, PR Balrog is gonna come back into the swing of things once they add Balrog. And then I was like, man, maybe Balrog's not that good. I didn't really think that. I thought Balrog was pretty good. But I was like, man, maybe Balrog's not good enough to win tournaments. And then fucking Smug popped out, a few other players. And they were like, hey, check out my Balrog. This is the reason they're playing kind of weird stuff is because it's um, this is this is the first time anyone can play Ultra, or not the first time, but this is a location test for Ultra. SCI 2014 Ultra wasn't out yet, so they're both experimenting with some stuff. It was the same with Snake Eyes, man. Snake Eyes is like such an incredible player in terms of technical skill, and I was just like, maybe Zangief can't win, which it seemed like it made a lot of sense in season one because Zangief was like bottom tier in season one. It's like maybe Zangief is just not good, and once they buff Zangief, Snake Eyes will come back into things. Um, and then Stupendous, even before season one ended, Stupendous showed up and started showing off that Zangief wasn't that bad. And then Zangief got the mother of all buffs in pretty much every category in season two. I feel like V Trigger 2 for Balrog in Street Fighter 5 is what Dirty Bull should have been. It's pretty good. I thought it was like good, but it would never get used in Street Fighter 5. I was like, every single Balrog will always pick VT1 no matter what. Even though I think the VT2 is pretty good, I don't think it'll be good enough to justify picking over VT1. So everyone will act like it's shit. And then to my surprise, a decent number of Balrogs are actually picking VT2. And they're actually getting paid off a decent amount for it. And I'm like, well, it's kind of cool. This is almost dizzy. He's like one hit away. Oh my god. That was a punish to stun. Post flash grab ultras are usually intended to be used as punishes. So the thing is, they're still insanely fast. They're just 2 frames, so you can jump out of them if they're not a punish. But like giving a character a 2 frame punish is kind of good, you know. Guy doesn't have a 2 frame 2 frame action, unless he uses Ultra 2. If he doesn't have a 2 frame grab, unless you pick Ultra 1, that can be useful. It also does more damage than their other ultras for those two. BTW, dude. What a thought. I've never actually considered that, but that's kind of cool. And before, it costs 5 V meters, but you get all the benefits of both. Imagine that. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? 5 V meters would actually be hella hard to build. You'd have to use like V-Skill a lot. I really wish there was a 1 V meter kind of thing. No, so Jerry's got two bar V triggers, right? So hers would only cost 4. And then Nikali, his would cost 6. Of course Tokido hated delayed wake up. Tokido's whole shit was of using wake up. Remember Bison when he had an impossible time landing ultras? Bison doesn't really have a hard time landing anything in Street Fighter 5. Bison just completely lost his status as a character who had a good pressure and a hard time converting. Now he has a good time converting. I love that juggle. I remember when Psycho Abortion was motion. How about them Psycho Abortion 50/50s? How about landing on the front or landing in the back? And you can't hold up to get out. That shit's pretty cheap. You can react, but it's cheap. It can be hard to react in the minute. Let's click on this wrecked scrub vid. Look, it's Ed. I'm shaking here. Good lord, I was testing Ed in the lab and I didn't realize he can do counter hit low strong into stand strong into low forward and he's still close enough to get that psycho upper. That shit's pretty good. Low strong is the god normal, dude. I labbed it. It's a 3 frame trap into itself. Disgusting. It's like Akuma. Akuma also has that 6 frame plus 3 low strong. And it's the god normal on Akuma too. I was unimpressed by his VT too though. Although it is good. It's definitely better. Wait, was that actually Kendall getting bodied? Oh shit, it is. I didn't read the names. Oh man, I wonder when I'll ever end up in a highlight video. That's the guy getting bodied. Kendall's a cool guy. Man came out of nowhere. I'm surprised every single Chun-Li is picking Kikosho. If you were to ask me, I would still say that VT1 is better. And it's also way cheaper to use. VT2 is kind of good though. I don't know. Well, good enough. Not, yeah, yeah, good enough. Look at that. That's fancy. I have mixed feelings about Ed. He's sort of an all normals kind of character. But unlike other all normals kinds of characters, he's he doesn't have that many normals. Ed has like zero command almost. Like not even one. I guess forward medium punch, and I guess charge stay and fierce. But technically speaking, the game lists them both as special moves. Even the initial towards medium punch is considered a special move, and also does chip anyway. This is just me watching archive footage. It literally, I'm about to go to sleep in like fucking 5 seconds, to be honest. Don't bother changing shit. That looked really strange. One thing that people don't talk about with Zeku's that is worth mentioning is that it confirms like nothing. Because you can cancel it from special moves. And it does add quite a bit of damage. Well, not quite, it's not a whole lot. But, you know, it is free damage. You can put it on the end of any combo. That's the exact combo I found while looking for combos in that exact scenario. Took me a while to find that one. Crouch Fierce into whiff towards strong. You got to do that because otherwise the Crouch Fierce is unsafe. And you can't exactly space it. And then you do another towards strong, which struggles, and then you can get either Psycho Upper, which is hard, or down plus V skill, which is also a bit picky, but better. Jerry VT2 is okay as an empty cancel from really far out. That's the one thing it does better than VT1. I would say VT1 is better in every other human way. I definitely think that Zeku should probably have two uses for his VT2. I'm down with that. kind of highlight video is this? I just lost. What's V scale? -2. Ground V scale block. I think it's -2. The charge one's +3. I think. Yeah, the thing where she pulls you in is actually amazing. It's actually amazing. The meter steal is not bad either, to be honest. It's hard to rate the meter steal. It's hard to respect that for what it is. Oof. Enjoy your trigger. Steal meter's kind of nice. It makes the opponent get a lot less meter if they're beating you up. It makes them get a lot less meter if they're getting beaten up. You play VT2, the opponent gets a lot less meter. That's a good thing. I still think VT1 is a lot better, but you know, I don't think that the meter steal is useless or even bad. No, the meter steal still happens while they're comboing you or while you're comboing them. It stops happening if one of you is airborne. So if you're doing like a juggle, you won't be stealing meter. But if you're hitting them on the ground, you will be. Jury actually has an EX. Yuri has a combo where she steals. Jury has a combo where she builds an entire EX bar. Half from meter stealing and half from hitting the opponent. I show it off in my Jury VT2 video. I do an EX move and then do a super combo. Working while everyone would be a nice buff. Damn, some Ed highlight video. They had lost. Nice punish. I like how every single Abigail abandoned VT2. To be 100% honest, VT2 and VT1, in my opinion, are like pre-nerf. They are probably about as good as each other. But then also the skill ceiling on VT1 was higher, and also it was cheaper. And then they nerfed VT2, and now it's just like, well. Nash is probably low or maybe mid-tier. It's hard to say. He might actually be higher than that. He's not bad. He doesn't really lose any matchups. Or not many anyway. He's just like not, he's not really, he's very fair. He's very pure. His VT2 is pretty good, and it's not like his VT1 is bad. VT1 is like really, really good against some characters and just okay against others. Gives you nice one-bar combos. Now, Shea tiers are really good, but you have to choose very carefully. Well, I wouldn't call them really... No, I would call them really good. They are really good. But you have to choose very carefully. Nash has like 6 good anti-airs, and you have to use the right one depending on the range. Like if you're even at a slightly wrong range, your anti-airs will often not work as Nash. Like stand hard kick will just go under the opponent, and you feel like a doof. Low strong will just whiff, and you'll feel like a doof. EX Sonic Scythe is a bit better, but it costs bar. And then he's got, I guess, stand medium kick, and he's got back short, toward short. It's back short on Guile. Torch short on Nash. And then he's got, I think there's another one still. He's got a whole bunch of anti-airs. Alright, I got one back. I don't think Nash is bad, but he has to win slowly. He can't really win fast. And having to win slowly is really bad in this game. There's just a good chance that you'll lose fast while trying to win slowly. Because Street Fighter 5. A lot of people say Zeku for worst VT2. I would maybe agree with that. I'm not super impressed by most of the counter VT2s though. Or Laura's or whatever. Ryu's is okay, but it's just fully outclassed by something he always has. It's not fully outclassed, but it's usually outclassed by something he always has. It's not one frame. It is not one frame. That's misinformation. Delete this. Oh, wait. No, yeah. One frame. Not one frame. It got spread around a lot right at the beginning that it was a one frame parry, but it's not. I had to lab that shit. That's a cool combo. You can get reversal V-trigger and have it not activate if it's a true meaty. It still works in block strings and whatnot. It doesn't work as a wake up though. Or it works as a wake up as long as I don't do a true meaty. Is Ryu's... What about Ryu's Ultra 2 is even good against Laura? Isn't Ryu's parry 3-frame? 3-frame will get you out of a lot of frame traps. Almost all of them. Most 3-frame frame traps only... most 3-frame frame traps abuse the priority system. BT2 is faster, I think. I think it is 2 frames instead of 3. But I think parry V-skill is still 3. And V-skill is outside the priority system. Basically, if you do reversal, if you do +3 into 6, 6-frame medium, for example, crazy ass camis. If you do +3 into 6, then the opponent does a 3-frame normal. The light and the medium are hitting on the same frame. It's just that 3-frame light. It's just that look at that. The medium wins because they can't trade. But that's not true for Ryu's V-skill. Most people don't do mid-block string parries as Ryu because it's horribly risky. Parry in general just isn't very rewarding as Ryu. I mean, if you parry some things, you get a punish. But if you parry other stuff, you don't. Parrying certain attacks just makes you frame advantage. It's not as good. Ryu gets like 3 parries. I think it costs like a quarter, or maybe a third of his V meter. But you can like fairly comfortably get 3 parries with it. But that's not a huge factor. Even 2 would be a good number. I think Kareen gets 2 as well. Or I mean 3. Vega only gets 1. Almost everything that you could confirm Ryu's VT2 with Parry works the same way. BT2 is also not that combo friendly. To the best of my knowledge, the only thing you can do afterwards is a DP, and then a super if you want. So you can pick up a combo, but like you don't have much freedom to reset or anything like that, I don't think. I wouldn't say a lot, but there are some. The big problem is you've got to guess on the VT2 in the same way that you've got to guess on the parry. And the only scenarios where you don't have to guess, the parry is as good. The V skill is as good. The situations where you can react, like Kimmy dev kicks or Kimmy V skill or fucking Mika drop kicks, stuff like that. Can I just complain right now that this video is called "This Blanca is cheap, disgusting, and shitty," and it's uploaded by Deadace, and then it's just footage of Deadace playing Blanca? Isn't that kind of fucking nasty? Isn't that kind of gross? Making a highlight video of yourself? I don't like that. That's rubbing me the wrong way. How about I change videos? I thought Kareen's VT2 was a meme, and then I saw the cancels from I saw the nerfs to VT1 and I saw the cancels from special moves. And now I really like what Kareen's VT2 does, but I still think it's probably worse. But I think it's kind of cool. I think it's mostly a meme. I like the idea a lot. The idea is really cool. Damn, who does that kind of towards Fierce? That was nutty. I'm pretty sure Blanca had frame advantage there. What kind of man fucking waits for the opponent to have frame advantage and then does towards Fierce? Ibuki VT2 is just fine. It's VT1 again, but cheaper. I have nothing bad or good to say about it. It's like objectively a little worse, but a lot easier to get into. And also it gives her an anti-air, which is kind of cool. Well, it should have been a forward jump, I guess. Yeah, literally all these guys are clickbait. I just read a title aloud from that guy who was like, "Fucking this Blanca is shit is fucking disgusting." Didn't tell you which Blanca it was in the fucking title. Just clickbait as hell. I had to click to find out. Huh? Like every character in the whole game can do crouch medium kick into trigger. What are we talking about? It just became a really good setup because all the better setups got nerfed. And actually, to be honest, crouch medium kick into V trigger is one of the most slept on things in the whole game. It's mad good. Ooh. Look at that VT2. Wonder if we're just gonna try and snipe with it. That was a punish, I think. Even just activating VT2 has a little bit of use. I wonder if he could have. He probably could have V-triggered that, to be honest. Yeah, look at that. Got him. Cute. That was a punish. See, that's cool, but he could have parried it. I don't know. If he parried it with V-skill, maybe Blanca could have zipped away. But because he parried it with V-trigger, Blanca probably couldn't zip away. That might have been a case of V-trigger being better. That looked like it hit before it was steerable. Locked him in before it was steerable. I saw a hard Blanca ball coming in. I don't know if I would have necessarily been able to react that it wasn't a medium one. Yeah, you have to bump off the opponent before you can zip around. On hit or block, it doesn't matter. Just need to touch them. I really like the idea of a truly vertical roll. I'm kind of surprised this is the first time he said that. It's cool. I love his tailbane stuff too. Blanca in general got a lot of changes that make him a lot more fun to me. Blanca's one of the characters that I would fuck around with. I would fuck around with about a third of the cast. And I wouldn't fuck around with the others. I enjoy almost all the revisions of characters in Street Fighter V, but I don't like how stale their combo options get. But I do enjoy everything else about their changes. Both Blanca VTs are extremely good from what I can tell. It's hard to pick which one's better. The community seems to have collectively decided that VT2 is probably the better one, but really they're both really strong. I'm a really hard I have a really hard time deciding which one's actually better. It's actually I'm usually pretty clear on these things. I usually have an opinion, but I actually don't have an opinion on those two. It's very hard for me to say. They're so close. They both do some really cool stuff. And you don't get that many uses out of either one. And they're the same length. Claw's like the one character where I really don't like what they did to him. I have some reservations about M. Bison too, but overall, I probably like M. Bison. But they could have done it better. That was probably a failed up ball. I don't know. That was weird. That was a successful one. Cute. Oh my fucking... That was probably still a punish. It said counter hit, but that was probably just because it was a punish. I can see why they think that Claw is good. Well, not really, because Claw has no results. They should know by now because Claw can't win that he's not good. But on paper, Claw has some really nutty stuff. His normals are actually really good, both in terms of range and frame advantage. but they're seriously lacking in terms of combo options. I think Vega really falls apart with his specials. I think that's where things just go to shit. Vega specials are really bad. EX off the wall is pretty good, but it's way worse than it was in Street Fighter 4. All the roll attacks are fucking shit now. It used to be the light one was the only one that wasn't shit, but now they're all shit. Um, None of them are combo friendly for anything, especially on crouching opponents. EX Flying Barcelona falls out. Class swap is very, very unique, and I'm down with that one. The class wipe is really good, but um, locked in claw, and the command grab is good but not combo friendly, and he doesn't get that many opportunities to use it. Just gotta dash in and pray, make them block something, and then toss it in. The swipe is pretty good damage, and it's really good to annoy. I would say that's probably Vega's best special move, to be honest. His combo routes aren't super free or anything either. Yeah, his V reverse is probably the worst in the game. It does some cool stuff, but overall it sucks dick. I can't think of anyone worse off. I'm really getting really tired. Then these parries aren't working. This should kill. He tried and failed like 3 times, and then he got it. That was a really bad fucking rainbow roll. Manats is, it's, I don't know, it gets her out of the corner. That's a big deal. I think Ryu has to use V-Trigger 1 EX Fireball to punish a Light Blanca Ball. I'm always down with Jabba. I can watch a little bit of this. Just a smidge. We can watch some Vega. Vega players do all kinds of claw swipes nowadays. Because they didn't nerf that. I like wasn't surprised at all when I saw Ibuki's updated moveset. It was like the best way they could have done it in my opinion. Vega. Ibuki had more redundancy than almost any other character. Ibuki has like 4 special moves dedicated to ending combos. She had the neck breaker, she had the DP, she had the Raida, and she had Sumuji. You didn't need all 4 of those. She still got a decent amount of redundancy in her DP and her Raida. True, you can do regular DPs in ATR, but for the most part, they're both just combo enders. Even her Vici juggles, you can use either one for the most part. The most redundant, that's hard to say. That just depends on whichever one is weakest in the engine. Like, I would say it's probably Neckbreaker, but Neckbreaker gave that hard knockdown and none of the other ones did. So in Street Fighter 4, the most redundant one was probably the... I don't know, was it DP? The Raida you did in combos, and sometimes you do the medium right out into the knock into the down follow up. I mean the fuck Sumuji. You didn't see right much in Street Fighter 4. Ibuki has a lot of fake complexity in Street Fighter 4. She's actually not very complex at all. She's more annoying. She's got whatever the opposite of quality of life is. She's got fluff. It makes her look more complex than she is. I can't say for certain how difficult it was learning all of her uh, hard to blockables because I don't actually know how character specific it was. That's the big factor. Most of them executionally weren't very hard to do at all. And her combos are like moderately difficult, especially the light Sumuji stuff is really hard. It's actually some of the hardest stuff in the game. But apart from that, she's just out there. She's weird. The thing about it, Joe, is that Vega enters this weird state when he loses his claw. That's kind of good. Like, yeah, you permanently lose the claw swipe, but apart from that, claw is actually his strongest when he loses the claw. You actually can do some things that you can't normally do. You can start a combo with clawless, which is good, and then end combos in clawless, which is good. But you can still do the claw spin in those combos. So he kind of gets the best of both worlds when he has his claw knocked off. You'd rather start combos in clawless, and you'd rather end combos in clawless, and normally that's impossible. But once you get the claw knocked off, you can do it. But losing the claw swipe kind of sucks, naturally. Oh no, that neutral jump. Oh, like if you had the claw swipe and the command grab? That would be interesting. I actually really like Vegas VT2. Nice. Intelligent play. It takes everything about VT1 but makes it 100 times better for me. Damn it. I better get off soon. Okay, I still got plenty of time before 3. Fortunately, I have to be at work early tomorrow. I can sleep in. My work day doesn't start till 6 p.m. And then I don't have another day after that, so fortunately I don't have to be up for shit. But still. Even if not for VT1 nerfs, um, having install and the use in a different combo is amazing anyway. Especially on Vega where every single normal is plus. Um, but then the parries, icing on the cake, especially when you consider they basically have identical juggles. Except VT2 keeps the same side and VT1 doesn't. So it's like another fucking nice thing about VT2. Vega's VT2 is better in almost every way. It's worse at punching fireballs, and it's worse at empty canceling, and that's it. It's better in every other category. More damage, better juggle options, more consistent juggle options. Um, an install that you can use for combos. Same price. Presence of a parry. I don't think the parry is a huge factor, but it's nice that it's there. I think we can all agree on that. It's better that he has it than that he didn't have it, even if it sucks. But I don't even think it sucks. Or rather, I think it sucks, but like Vega having a reversal of any variety is amazing. Even if it's the shittiest reversal ever. Which it really isn't. The empty jump to bait the crouch face was kind of nice. Damn, that was the wrong combo. It didn't matter. It was the right combo because it didn't matter. He was trying to style. There was no wrongness about that combo. He built the. I looked at his V meter and I was like, oh, he can. He's got enough V meter that once he gets this crush counter, he's um, gonna have the V trigger. And I was like, I wonder what kind of cool V trigger combo he's gonna do. And then he spent a bar, and I'm like, what the fuck? But he was up around, so didn't matter. Your favorite of the two Vegas? He's my favorite Vega as well. I also prefer him to the other Vega. Love that combo so much. I don't know why, but something about canceling that little claw swipe, Ariella spin edge or whatever, into super is just, it fucking feels amazing. Also, the feeling of getting two claw swipes is amazing. Oh no. Oh no. That claw swipe is mad good, at least in most matchups. Vega has some things. People like to bitch about Vega's downsides because they're fucking horrible. And I don't blame them. But Vega is not without tools. His virtues are kind of cool. Even his weaknesses are horrible. His strengths are kind of like, neat. He does have good movement. He does have a command grab. He does have nice normals. He can badger you with safe special moves that do nice chip. Like that. Look at that badgering. Yep. Look at that. Consider yourself badgered. Good third strike Ibuki player. Aruka is who a lot of people formerly considered to be the best Ibuki player. But to the best of my knowledge, he stopped playing a long fucking time ago. But it's worth looking into him because there's a lot of old footage of him and he's quite good. In terms of modern Ibukis, um, Blue is a good one. Higa is good. Higa. There's another one. Um, who is it? There's like another modern Ibuki who there's quite a lot of footage of. Go look up Higa though. Higa is a good example of the kind of Ibuki nowadays. The kind of Ibuki employing all the modern technology. You ever sleep so long that you wake up feeling tired? You're like, damn, all that sleep was exhausting. I once woke up from 14 hours sleep feeling more tired than when I went to bed. I was like tired of sleeping. I wasn't sleepy, but I was like exhausted. I wasn't even sick or anything. But I wasn't probably in a good way. That is awful. That neat life. 14 hours is the longest. No, I don't even think it is the longest I've ever slept. I think it's the longest I've slept continuously. But I've had nights where I've slept like 10 and then wake up for a couple hours and then like 5 more. What do you mean, Dr. S? You can do like no, I don't know what you mean. You have to do like close roundhouse walk in back strong fierce. You got to do like a specific amount of walking in order to get that DP. And I think it might have to be a specific version of DP in order to be fast enough to get that one hit. 25 hours. The time I was up 3 days straight on the time I slept 14. I don't remember the actual event that led to me staying up for 3 days straight, but I did it once. I didn't try to, that's the thing. I had periods of being really drowsy and then periods where I wasn't tired at all. And I actually had a really bizarre experience. I had a vivid idea. I had probably a waking dream. I had a vivid idea that I saw a giant black dog in the corner of my vision on day 3. Like I was getting into my car and then I just recoiled because I saw a big black dog baring its teeth, like in my vision. And then I looked where I was looking and there was fucking nothing there. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And this is where the story gets really strange. Um, a lot of people have had exactly that sensation. Like it's a very common thing to be missing a bunch of sleep and then to see a big black dog. It sounds like it could be an SCP, doesn't it? It'd be a good one. Um, it's some kind of evolutionary thing. Or I don't know if it's necessarily evolutionary, but it's tied into like human fear, inherent human fear. Shit that people would think would be scary. Humans have inherent fears to certain things. For example, I guess snakes. Or was it spiders? It was spiders. People are inherently afraid of spiders, even if they've never seen a spider before. I think that was it. I don't remember. There's some study I'm referring to. Anyway, a bunch of people, when they're missing a whole bunch of sleep, encounter big black dogs. And I think there's a monster in Western folklore, in like English folklore, based on that. And actually, Sirius Black from the Harry Potter series is based on that monster. Oof. I forget what it's called. A Bargist. Is that intended to be one word or two? I want to look up whatever that is. Yeah, that looks like it. August. This is it. I saw August. Isn't this neat? Isn't this neat that this is a thing? I had this. This actually happened to me. I saw a big black dog. I had a vision while awake. I had a dream of a big black dog. And it was because I was very sleep deprived. It could have been a wolf, I guess. I didn't see it. I saw eyes, I saw teeth, and I saw outline. I didn't make a, like, after the fact, I was like, that was a dog or a wolf or something. But really, it was just a collection of features that terrified me instantly. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired.